What is up, Optimal Business Coaching fam? Today, we are going to be running you through breaking down the steps. The steps from 0 to 10K, 10K to 30K, and the steps from 30K to 50K. These are all necessary steps that you have to take to get to these levels. And if you disrespect one of these steps and you get to this level anyways, the rug could be pulled out from underneath you and you could have to regress back to this level and then respect the steps to get back to these levels efficiently. But we'll break this all down. When you start off, you're usually at 0. That's where I was. And that first big gap that you want to hit would be like 10K a month. So 0 to 10K is the first step. Now, the usual 3 big things that are keeping us from getting to 10K at this point is lack of a proven offer or a bulletproof offer. We've talked about this a lot on our onboarding calls, what a bulletproof offer is. Weak content, which leads to weak lead generation, and mindset and confidence issues. Now let's break this down a little bit more. Lack of a proven offer. At this point, probably what you're charging is too low, right, for what you're offering, and or you're charging too much of a monthly rate and offering not enough. So if you're just offering training through Google Docs, training through Google Sheets, right, and weekly email check-ins, and you're charging $300 a month, I, yes, have a $975 paid in full program for 12 weeks, but that breaks down into $60 a month or $120 a month or like $200 a month, right? So they have options. And in that offer, I have a lot more potential to close because it is bulletproof. I'm going to add more value, not just Google Sheets, Google Doc training, and weekly email check-ins. I'm going to do daily morning motivational texts. I'm going to do weekly video check-ins. I'm going to customize your training on my app so that it is personal to you, your lifestyle, and your schedule. And that bulletproof offer with the price point that we're going to have is going to make the client feel so stupid if they say no on the call. All right, once we have that bulletproof offer, we need to work on our content so that we have better lead generation. Content has to be authentic, right? And it has to give free value. Like, why would I show up as somebody who's seeking health and fitness advice consistently to your page if you're just like posting videos of you flexing or just posting videos of you lifting, right? We want to give free value, but we also want to do that in an authentic way. If we don't do it in an authentic way, and you're the type of person that thinks about, well, how can I make everybody happy when they watch this post? I don't want to piss anybody off. Like, I don't want anybody to not like me. Then you come off like the dude who tries way too hard to be everybody's friend in middle school or high school, and you just seem really weird. It's inauthentic, right? And people can pick up on that from a mile away in your content. So make sure you're authentic, right? These are things that we need to fix because this is the limiting stuff from 0 to 10K. And then the last thing is the biggest problem. That's just mindset and confidence issues. Limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. Like, hey, what will people think of my content? What if it doesn't become successful, right? Those are false beliefs. That's not the truth. You shouldn't worry about what other people think about your content because they're not trying to start a business. You shouldn't worry about what happens if it doesn't succeed because it's going to succeed if you stay consistent. The only guarantee if you don't stay consistent is that you fail. Do you see what I'm saying? So destroy these limiting beliefs about yourself. Now from 10K to 30K, that's the next step. Usually the biggest limiting factors in this are lack of scalability because of the marketing or setting process. So at this point, when we're at 10K and we're trying to get to 30K, we really need to look at our setting process. How are we generating these leads? Is there any time that we're wasting, right? That's the second thing, time management, in the way that we're, nurturing these leads. Say we have lead magnets that we're doing and we don't have automation set up for when the client actually responds to the keyword. Well, that could save you a good, 2 hours in the DMs every day, just getting those keywords out automatically, setting them up through Instagram because you can do automatic messages, which can also just make the lead generation in general a lot more systemized, which can help you get more clients, right? So just inconsistent delivery and operations and lack of scalability because of marketing or like the setting process is usually the problem from getting to 10K to 30K. Then we've got, again, inconsistent delivery and operations. So you're inconsistent in posting your content. You're inconsistent in being authentic in your content. You're inconsistent in providing that free value. Put it this way, I have not missed a day of posting in 5 years since I started this. Got married, been on vacation, got diagnosed with epilepsy and had seizures, did not miss a day of posting no matter what. That consistency is key. And we got to make sure that we, again, time manage well and that we set up a good sense of marketing and setting processes in this point in time so that this becomes, frictionless. Now, the third thing that holds us back from this level is just the fear of hiring employees, closers, setters, etc. And this is my biggest downfall. I'm so neurotic and OCD. In my head, I don't think anybody can do it as good as me. And that's just not the truth, right? I need to humble myself. The reality of the scenario is, as a business owner, if you want to scale, if you can find somebody to do the job that you need to be done 70% as good as you can do it, it's worth it, because it's going to save you so much time and allow you to make so much more money in the long run, even if they're making a good commission. And I always recommend hiring your people off commission, because then they have an incentive to work. If you don't work, you don't eat. But if you work hard and you make us more money, you make more money. So it works out for both owner and setter or closer or whoever the employee is. Now, from 30K to 50K, these big things that hold us back are usually undervaluing your offer with pricing. So this is when we take a look at like, hey, let's start charging instead of $975 for 12 weeks and $1,425 for 12 weeks, because we're really comfortable pitching that on the call. We've got a really good process set up. We've got a system and a team implemented so that we can really efficiently nurture these leads and get them onboarded and get them closed. Now, right? We want to raise those prices. We should be more comfortable and confident pitching a higher price because we've got all the back end stuff set up. So this is when I go from like a $975 offer to more high ticket offers. I charge $2,615 for 12 weeks of coaching right now, $3,615 for 26 weeks, and $5,615 for 56 weeks. And that high ticket type pricing has allowed me again to go from like 30K months to 50K months. Because now instead of just having to close more clients at $975, where I'm not going to have enough time to work with all of those clients to give them really quality interaction with me as their coach, because I'm probably going to get backed up with that client load. Now I just raise my prices. I have to close less people on this high price rate, but since we have the system set up and we haven't disrespected any of these steps, these are going to be frictionless closes at high ticket prices. And then obviously leveraging lead magnets, advertising, or visual sales links to get more high ticket closes. This is key at this point, because when we raise our prices, we need to provide a lot more value in the setting process as we have these leads and we're trying to nurture them. Ideally at this level, we want, and at all levels, we'd want the client to feel like that. But at this level, we definitely want them to feel like every time they're interacting with our content, with our DMs, with us at all, and we're nurturing these leads, that they're like in the Louis Vuitton store. Because people will go in the Louis Vuitton store, swipe their card for $8,000 for a duffel bag, and they will smile why they do that, even if they go into debt. Now, other people will go into Walmart, buy the suitcase they need, right? And they will bitch in the store on the way out and making the purchase. What was the difference? The experience that the client had in the store. So if we can give the client a really good quality experience when we nurture them, giving them visual sales links for free to show them what our offer is about, basically to pre-qualify them and build up a lot of trust and emotion between you and that lead. Now, again, we're going to have frictionless closes with these new high ticket prices. And then finally, weak leadership or team cohesiveness. At this point, you have to focus less on just being the owner and doing everything on yourself. It has to move from an owner-based company to a team-based company. Again, I have a setter and a closer now, and I am basically the sales team manager and the owner, right? So we have to work as a team at this point to make sure that we are all working together and that we are all on the same page so that everything's moving smoothly, so that we can continue to scale from this point to 100K a month. And that would be the next step, and we'll break that down in another video, scaling from 50K to 100K. Other than that, realize, like I said, if you disrespect one of these steps, even if you get here really quickly and you don't have all these systems set up, this could be pulled out from under you really quick and you could have to regress back to here. And that's not gonna feel good. That's gonna demotivate you, right? So again, respect all these steps. Make sure that you follow the processes, because once you get to here, you're at a whole higher, different level of operating. Life feels different. You're on the precipice of hitting 100K months. And at that point, when you get to the 100K months, it basically is its own machine that just continues to grow itself. So I hope this gives you some insight. I hope this helps you guys and motivates you guys to see what is possible, because as you start to climb these levels, your life is going to improve. Your confidence is going to improve. Again, these limiting beliefs that you have about yourself are going to disappear, and you're just going to realize how powerful you are as a business owner and as a coach. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, if you have any questions, any concerns, comment under it, text me, let me know. I want to see you guys be more active in the community. So I want you guys interacting in here every day. And if you need anything from me, you know I'm always here for you. Text or phone call away.